Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review, and this is a beer that I've already poured, but it's another PD keg. Now, it's been out for a while, and I know quite a few people out there have already reviewed it. Dean's Beer Reviews, Simo Sups, trying to think offhand. Don't think Rate My Beer has done it. But it was a beer that was originally released and it wasn't out for long. I literally only got to get one keg of it when it was originally released back about 6.5 years ago, I would say. So way before I was doing this, and way before really the Perfect Draft was sort of big, if you like. And the keg we are looking at is Bass. So it's a traditional English ale, pale ale, coming in at 4.4%. Now, a 6 litre keg is £35.50 or £35.55, something like that. I had a bit of a discount code for my birthday and what have you, so I ordered a couple of kegs. So I thought I'd give it a go. Obviously, you'll get your £5 discount on it with the keg return. So it might seem expensive, but it's a bit of an old classic. And when they re-released it, I thought I'm going to get hold of it and do a review. Now, I've already done the pour, like I said. This is the first pint out of it, and you might look at that and think, oh, it looks a bit lifeless. But the first pour, the head was about to there. I let it die down a bit, topped it up, and we did have a lovely head, creamy head on it. Good sort of like inch and a half head on it. But it has died down since I've been talking and turned the camera on. So let's dive in, give it a go. 4.4%, or we'll give it a sniff first. I'll actually give you some of the colours. It's sort of, I don't want to say amber, it's sort of like got that caramel sort of note to it in colour. I'm spilling it everywhere, good old Baz. Trying to swirl it and build up that head, but I don't think it's going to work. It is in the Bass glass. So let's just dive in with the nose, give it a sniff, see what we get. And even then, I still try and swirl it. Yeah, malty, not a massive amount coming off it. I think if I could swirl it a bit more, might be better. Malty, grainy, toffee caramel sort of note, I would say. There is a hoppy note as well. I would say it reminds me more of a bitter rather than a pale ale. You know, like I say, you get that toffee caramel note, which you will get with a bitter. And you are getting a little hoppy note for me, a little sort of hedgerow kind of thing, which again you get with a bitter. So whether you want to call this a pale ale, and let's be honest, it's not particularly pale, is it? Some gentle bubbles going up, not a lot going on in there. So I'm going to stop talking and we shall dive in on Bass. On the Perfect Draft, it's on the Perfect Draft Pro, this one, and I've set this at 7 degrees. That's their recommended temperature. So let's dive in, give it a go. I liked it years ago. I thought it was just a good, easy drinking, non-thinking beer. Hopefully it's going to be the same. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's nice actually. And it's quite funny because it tastes very different in a sense to what I remember it tasting like. So it just goes to show them years ago, before I was actually sort of like analysing beer and looking at beer, thinking about beer, how much difference it can make. So, you know, when I do these reviews, people say, well, I don't really get that, I don't really get that. You know, is it just because maybe you don't actually genuinely pick these things up, or because you're not really thinking about it? But let's go in again. Let's go in again. I can give it a bit more of a swirl. I may dive in with the nose again as well. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's offering me a lot more. It's maybe a little bit bolder, giving it a swirl. Yeah, but like I say, it smells nice on the nose. Let's go in again on the taste. Body of this beer for me, yeah, it's kind of light. It's 4.4%, but I wouldn't say it's wishy-washy light. It's a nice, easy, sessionable body, which is always good when you're drinking something like this. This is what you want, but it has got a little bit of weight to it, and it's a comfortable sort of lightness that actually you don't feel like you're being robbed. Nice gentle carbonation, nice and smooth. For me, on the flavours, I've told you what I was getting on the nose and that, and I was saying it smelled like a bitter. It's sort of, on the taste, it's still sort of got that bitter note to it, but maybe without that big bitterness. So it's almost sort of like in between a bitter and a pale ale. Slightly sweet, toffee caramel notes, a little bit of hoppiness. I think there's more in there that I'm not necessarily picking out. Definitely grainy. Smooth, easy to drink, 4.4%. No sort of inkling of that, but it just feels like a nice, easy sort of drinking beer. I think it's nice. I do think it's nice. Maybe on the back end, a touch of that sort of little hedgerow feel. Not massive, but just a little inkling of it from the hops. Yeah, it's decent. Could it be better? Warmer, possibly. I've got this set at 7. I actually think you'd get away with serving this at 8, 9, maybe 10 as well. I think that might bring out a little bit more in it, but it's a really decent drop. I think it's what I'm going to say is a really decent drop. Don't get me wrong, it's not complex like a big double IPA or some of these other beers you can drink, but it's a good traditional British ale that goes down well. It's not boring, it's not bombarding you with flavours, but there is flavour there, and they're pleasant flavours, they're easygoing flavours. 4.4%, the body is nice, it's very smooth to drink. It's just one of them easygoing beers. Now, when they release this time, the second time, I believe they were saying that it is going to be a limited release. Now, at the time of doing this video, it's out of stock. So will it come back again? I would like to see this come back, because I think Old Peculiar on Perfect Draft is a banging beer, and I think this is a really nice drink as well, and I think they're good additions to what the Perfect Draft is offering you. Yes, Perfect Draft has some shit on board, it's got to be said. It does have some shocking beers on board, but I think these real ales are really starting to appeal to people. I think we've been bombarded with hazy IPAs. I love hazy IPAs, I love all that. It's really my thing, but it's nice to have something slightly different on the Perfect Draft. So me personally, I do hope, and although it's got a little bit lifeless and dead, has been sat there for a bit, I actually think that is a decent drop, and I think it is well worth picking up, especially to anyone that likes their real ale. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Is it worth the money? To be honest, all the kegs, you can always say, is it really worth the money? Are you going to get a pint of Bass for £3.50 or £3 in a pub? Probably not, but if you do, are you getting anything worse than the pub? You're still probably getting something slightly better. So yeah, I think that's worth picking up if you like your real ales. If you're not into that sort of thing, you might not like it, but I'm going to enjoy having this beer, I think, on tap. So yeah, give it a go if you see it. If you've had it before, let me know your thoughts on it. And I would say, like I said, years ago, I thought it was a nice pint, never really analysed it. To me, it feels better now because I'm analysing it and picking up flavours more, maybe. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on it if you've had it before. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to give the video a like and give the channel a sub. And I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.